Hi, it's the end of day 2 of the third World Congress of the International Positive Psychology Association, and I've been doing little videos over the course of the day, but I'd like to do kind of an end of the day, kind of a recap, and I did a little, I guess you call it a little debrief with my friend Petrea. We were comparing notes about the day and things that she had gone to and things I had gone to, and um, I don't think you can go wrong starting the day off by listening to Barbara Fredrickson. Just she was talking a lot about love, specifically how love works, um, what love is, what love isn't, and talked a lot about how to maintain love. She said something that was pretty controversial, which was that we don't love people all the time. Like when we say that we love and it never varies. She said just by virtue of the fact that you're concentrating on something else, the level of love that you feel for any given person is not really at the forefront of your mind. And so, um, but some of the things that she said as far as um, loving people is spend quality time with them, and that means put your cell phone down. Don't text them. Like you see these things happen all the time where I've seen it all over the hotel where you see three friends that are sitting there but nobody's looking at anybody because they're all looking at their phone and they're texting and they're doing all that. So really spending quality time with people, looking them in the eye is actually really, really important. Like they did some studies where people were kind of looking a little off to the side like this, and because they weren't like actually looking right at the person, it didn't have anywhere near the level of connection. The connection chemical in the body is called oxytocin. So oxytocin is released when two people are connecting, and if they're not looking at each other, that kind of thing, um, that it doesn't work as well. So that was one of the takeaways from that. Um, I asked a question today about people who genuinely hate themselves because there was this discussion around the self that we show other people and then our real self, and to talk about how our uh, finding a level of meaning in our life, part of the way that we can do that is by being connected to our real self. And our real self is kind of the person that what you would do if nobody was looking. Like that's the real you. If you didn't have to worry about money or anything, and nobody else's opinion mattered, how would you spend your time? What would you do? So that's kind of was a divining rod to figuring out what your meaning is. But that was, uh, my question was, it actually kind of stumped the panel pretty hardcore because if you go to access your true self to find out what your true meaning is, and you genuinely hate yourself and that kind of stuff. So, but I did get some good information out of that anyway. They were stumped for a moment, but they recovered nicely. So um, I managed to corner Barbara Fredrickson. She was very gracious. It was very obvious that she was in a big hurry, but I asked her if I could just have 2 seconds to take a picture. So she was very sweet and gracious and did that. I lost my friend Petrea for most of the day. She doesn't have a phone, so we couldn't find each other for most of the day, and then we finally connected. But it was great to be able to compare notes. And I'll be really honest, I didn't do a great job of taking care of myself last night, so I was very, very tired, and so I didn't get as much as I feel like I could have gotten out of the conference today. So I think I took 2 naps, which was really, really, really great, and so definitely feeling better, but learned my lesson, or I should say remembered my lesson. And I've told you guys time and again, I'm on the path with you. I'm not perfect. I don't do it right every time. I don't always do the things that I know that will actually make me happier, and I think getting good sleep would have been a good choice last night. So I'm going to get some good sleep tonight. Speaking of taking care of yourself, there was a woman named Sabine, Sabin, Sontag. I'm not perfect on the spelling, but I think it's Sontaag, I think. And she's out of Mannheim, Germany, I believe it is. And so she was a big speaker this afternoon. Um, and she was talking about our relationship to basically burnout, or how to handle it when you don't like your job, and how that can affect your overall well-being and your overall happiness. And she gave some good tips, and that was a little bit research heavy, but overall a good talk. So I enjoyed that one. I would say when Petrea and I were talking about the day, um, I asked her what she asked me what my kind of the highlight of the day was. And I would say Chip Conley was probably my favorite talk of the day, which was kind of a lot of times I go to the talks about how I can improve Happiness 101, or how I can improve as a therapist, but this was kind of just something that I just couldn't let Chip Conley go without seeing his talk. So um, just very, very inspiring. He uses Maslow's hierarchy of needs. His company was kind of dying, which was Joy de Vivre, I think is how you pronounce it. He was actually making fun because he was making fun of himself actually about how he chose the name of his business as something that nobody can remember, nobody can spell, because it's in French. But he's not French, but it just means like joy of life. And so how he made his fortune was actually through positive psychology, because a lot of that was based on Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, or I like to call him Uncle Abe. Um, but he was talking about basically figuring out exactly what it is that people really want, and then going from there. So when you have your focus on how do I make a profit, how do I make a profit, he said, people are forgetting the most important points in the equation, which is to find out what your people want, what inspires them, what motivates them, and then find a way to give them that, and then whatever business you're in, they'll give good customer service, and then you'll have investors knocking at your door, and you're off to the races, and then you make the profit. So just some great words of wisdom from someone that really has applied positive psychology in the business world. So just having an absolute blast. We've got another huge day tomorrow starting at 7. So I'll give you some check-ins as we go along. And I think I'll cut this off because we're approaching almost 10 minutes. So I'll let you go, and I'm hoping that you're having a great day back home, and can't wait to come back and share some of the stuff with you.